this is not going to be, I would figure out some way to do a project and get involved in a project that has a lot of structure to it. Because the aspect that we're talking about is the trine between Saturn and Mars. Those are the two malefics. And when those two get to talking, it's you've got the bad planet talking to the other bad planet, so they're not bad planets, they're challenging planets. They're
not
the best
really
way to
bad.
put
They're
it.
just misunderstood. uh,
Understood. They're challenging planets, but they're the planets
mm,
that give us the no's. They're the planets that go, uh, no, you need to think about what you're doing when you're cutting that tomato. You can't just go in there and be daydreaming and think that you're not going to cut yourself. Just like Saturn will tell you, did you follow the rules when you were building that building? Because if you don't have that bottom floor of a good structure, then the whole thing's going to fall down on you. So that's what Saturn brings. So they bring the good things, but it can be challenging if you don't want to do them.
yeah. Yeah, this is a really good aspect for hard work. You know, Mars is action, energy, drive. Saturn, it knows how to get the best out of that Mars. So yeah, it's a trine, should be hopeful. But as Donna said, I think it works best if you can actually put it to some constructive use. This isn't a productive aspect to be having when you're, on a girls' weekend necessarily, but it's good for, working hard. Yeah.
And Saturn's in domicile, still
Yes.
retrograde.
Yeah.
And domicile means it's in its own home sign. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturn's
Um,
going to have that stability, but
yeah. And because Saturn's retrograde, they're kind of moving further apart than they normally would. So, because they're not both going in forward motion, Mars is going to go forward, Saturn's going to go backwards. So, they're going to, meet up and then kind of keep going their separate ways.
well, Mars is in its shadow period.
Yeah, that's a
So,
point.
and I'm seeing that this is not going to be the first time. You might want to jot down what happens on the 28th,
Hmm.
because that very well might have something to do with when they meet up again, because Mars is going to go retrograde when it gets to the end of Gemini, and it's going to go back to that 8 degrees that we've been talking about.
Yeah, I
So I'm
think,
thinking that this might be a pendulum swing where it hits it the first time, and then they go on and do whatever they want to do, and then Mars is going to come back and hit it again. So, and then Mars is going to come back and hit it again, and when it goes direct. So I'd be curious about what's going to go on this day.
yeah, well, Mars retrogrades around about the end of October. So that'll be interesting. I think by the time that they do meet up again, Saturn's going to be direct and Mars is going to be retrograde. So that'll be interesting because Mars will still
Yes,
be in a
because they're going to
superior
have different energies to
position.
bring to the same situation.
Mm. Mars won't be as happy to work with Saturn at that time, I don't think.
But on the 28th, it's going to give you a clue of what's going to happen when they meet again.
Yeah, good point.
Because that's the whole purpose of these retrogrades is to have you aware of it, and then
Yeah,
and
backtrack,
then
go
fix it.
over old ground, review
Yeah,
things. Yeah.
right. Yeah.